So, like I said online, a lot of people are saying that they're okay if Nagy leaves, but there's this one guy they do not want going anywhere, and that is Steve Spagnuolo. Spags, and Spags we trust. So Spags has been requested. Also the Jets. So the Jets maybe coming to poach one of our guys. So the Jets and the Raiders have requested interviews with Steve Spagnuolo. Obviously, Spags, former head coach of the Giants, and also interim head coach with the Giants as well. I think he's from the Northeast area. So, I mean, obviously the Jets would be a job. If you had been offered that, I probably would want to go back to the Northeast for where his roots are. Raiders, I don't see that. That's not a job that if you're fine where you're at, I don't think the Raiders are quite the job you want to go to, but that's just my impression of it. But obviously, you guys feel the same way as most Chiefs fans do, which is like, take Nagy, leave Spags here. Is that how you guys feel about this the Spags situation here?
Like I said before, man, if a guy has opportunity, Spags, it don't matter who it is, to go and move up, if that's what they really wanted, I'm all for it. Spags would make one hell of a head coach. I know his span in New York was short term wise, but he would definitely turn a team around. Uh, I think his patience, the way that he um, carries everything now, thought out really well. It seems to me like he's ready for another head coaching gig. Is that Vegas, is that the place? I don't know. Jets, I think Jets would probably be preference. They got a good defense. He could really work with that. He's got a good offense too. Those guys.
Thank you for a good offense.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know what you do with AR-15. That joke right here, man. You might tell him to go ahead and kick rocks. That's just me because he's a control freak, if you will. He's one of those that makes the decision about who's going to be the head coach or not. We're talking about Patrick Mahomes. AR-15 tried to do it in a couple of places, okay, and it worked out for him.
See, I think AR-15 would love a defensive head coach. I think he'd probably be okay with that more than he'd like an offensive one, because at least a defensive head coach would probably be a little more prone to just kind of leaving the offense to the coordinator, and who will probably be Rodgers' guy. But I think he's gone anyway.
Wasn't that what Saylor was? Saylor was a defensive coach.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what he had last year.
Yeah.
So
it didn't work. It didn't work out. It's not a guarantee that would work out. It's more of a guarantee that he'll be happier, I think, with that. But I mean, I think they're done catering around AR-15. I think that's
AR-15 needs a sham man, is what he's looking for. That's what he wants to have the team up there right now. Okay. And so Asiaka or whatever it is, he's trying to, get the guys on. So I think that's where he's at right now, man. He's trying to get the enlightenment to find out. Hopefully the light bulbs come on to let him realize he's just not that guy anymore. Okay. And so I think you move on from a guy like that.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. So
yeah, for those of you in the chat, Spags did get re-upped last year. He's the highest paid defensive coordinator in the league, but still teams can make requests to interview coordinators of other teams. So if Spags doesn't like the job, he can definitely stay. It's better to be a defensive coordinator being the highest paid guy and making whatever $5 million a year than going to a team that's, like the Raiders, for example. That's a team that's not going anywhere anytime soon. So you go there and you get what you get canned after 2 years. I mean, is it the smartest move? I don't know. It's up to him if he wants to be a head coach or not. But I think teams can request, and I think as you guys saw, Mike McCarthy, for example, Bears requested to interview McCarthy because he's still under contract with the Cowboys. Cowboys denied that request. And then I think next week on the 14th is when he's no longer under contract with the Cowboys, and then he can go interview. He doesn't need to be requested. But I mean, Chiefs could deny that, but they're not going to deny it.
No, man, I think that'd be in bad faith. I really do. I think to me, to deny a guy that situation, I think, man, is really in bad taste. I do. Because if it's about like giving some money back, I'm sure Spags will give whatever back he needs to give him back. Okay. He's done everything he needs to do. He's led him to a Super Bowl with Andy and Nagy, Bieniemy, and all those guys. He deserves a shot, and I think the Chiefs understand that. So I would find it hard for them to stay in the way of a Spags. I really would be disappointed if they did.
Want to make some quick cash and have fun during the NFL playoffs? Well, it's time to embrace your inner underdog. Over the last 3 weeks, we have given 11 selections, and we have cashed on 10 of those, predicting higher or lower on multiple different player statistics. So we are ready to continue this heater into the playoffs. So if you have yet to download the Underdog app, do so now and get free cash. Click the link in the description or use promo code CHIEFCONCERNS, one word, to claim your free pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash. It's NFL playoff season, so let's continue to keep the good vibes in 2025. Well, quite frankly, I mean, like, you don't really need to deny that. If Spags doesn't want to go elsewhere, he doesn't have to go elsewhere. Leave it up to him.
Right. Yeah. But if he's interviewing, right?
Yeah.
Then he's entertaining it.
Yeah.
So he's thinking that. So
yeah, Nagy was already confirmed as the interview with the Jets. I don't believe Spags has confirmed interviews yet. There are just interview requests for him right now, as of right now.
Okay.
So we'll see if he wants to take a head coaching gig. But here's the thing, which is interesting with the Spags. So at least, for example, we talked about the carousel, the OC carousel we've had from Peterson, Nagy, EB, back to Nagy. Defensive coordinators from Bob Sutton to Spags. Who's next in line? That's the kind of question where I'm going. It's like who becomes next in line, JD? Will they go out of house or they stay in house? Either going with Joe Cullen, our D-line coach, or going with our DB's coach who's been phenomenal for us. Yeah. So I mean, what do you think they would do?
Probably in house. I would. I if anything, you run pretty much the same thing Spags runs with your own little wrinkle to it. You could do that. Still be successful. You change up some of the things just in case you had to go against him. But like any other coach, you're going to put your stamp on it. So I do believe, those two would be able to put their own feel to their defense, if you will. So I'd rather stay in home. I'd rather stay in house. That's what the guys know. They're more comfortable with it. So why switch up
and it's working.
And it's working. Why switch up a system? But if you have guys that, because I think it's personnel directed, obviously, you're pushing the guys, certain guys to have. Got a lot of hybrids in different places that you want to do, right? We got a lot of safeties that can play corner and, vice versa. That's the things that you're looking for, especially in this system. So if you come in and change up the system, you might not need Jamari Connors or whoever. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. So,
I mean, there's a candidate. I mean, I've seen Bob Saleh still out there, former Jets coach, who was a great DC in San Francisco. I mean, the Jets had a great defense, and you saw as soon as he was gone out the door in New York, that defense went woo. Yep. So I mean, like that's the potential. But I mean, yeah, staying in house with the already the staff that's respected by everybody there. So yeah, it'd be weird if we did go out of the circle. But it's an interesting one because we haven't had to deal with this in the defense. Offensive, we've had to deal with it, but it's become a carousel where it's going from the same guys we've already had just to fill the OC spots again. So yeah, this would be very intriguing and interesting. But yeah. If you had to make a guess, JD, Teja, do you think he is our DC next year, or do you think he's a head coach? If you had to make a guess based on for interview requests.
If we win it this year, when we do win it, when we win it, I think he entertains for sure, and it's got to be the right fit. Just because you want to get him don't necessarily mean he wants it, right? I mean, once you get there, you might be like, you know what? I'm good where I'm at. So
you think it's more likely if we win?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you got to stay till you lose. 4 in a row.
4 Pete. Yeah, you can't make an argument for that.
Really? I mean, like, that's just, man, that's hard to leave on that.
It
I know you
is.
want to leave a winner, but like, we're talking about a hot streak, you know?
No, I hear you. I hear you. I just think because then you start looking at, somebody brought up his age. You start bringing up like, opportunities. If this is something that you want, how long do you wait? How long do you sit there and say, oh man, I
How
want
old
to
is
build
Spags?
something myself. Huh?
How old is Spags?
Let me see. Spags is
65.
65. So
I think if he's offered the Jets job, I think he takes it. Northeast, it's hard, man. It's hard to turn down, man. They have pieces on defense. They have weapons on offense. They're not that far off, and they have an owner who spends money.
yeah.
That's what you want. That's what you want.
The beauty is just like every other year is the fact that these teams want to get their coaches in right away, right? And we play till February every year, so like because we play so long, you may see some of these coach vacancies go fast, which bodes well for the selfish side of us. If we don't want to lose our coaches, it's a good thing for us to keep our guys because we go so long, and teams want to get their guy and their team staffs built up by the time the Super Bowl's over. So that bodes well for you if you're a selfish fan. Like I've seen a lot of the selfish fans, Chiefs fans in our chat who want to keep Spags. That definitely bodes well for us in keeping Spags because we do play till February. So because most teams want to go right away and get their staffs put together.
Yeah.
So Dane, tell Spags if he stays, we will ship in authentic Italian food and New York pizza while he's here. There you go. Mwah. I'm sure there's good Italian food in Kansas City. Isn't there a pretty good Italian population in Kansas City?
Italian barbecue.
Yeah, no, yeah, Italian for sure. It's good Italian stuff.
Italian barbecue.
I mean, hey,
the mafia was moving out. Hey, mafia was moving all through Kansas City. That was like the gateway right there.
I'm sure you could do some good Italian barbecue fusion.
Italian barbecue fusion.
Why not? I mean, whoever thought Korean Mexican would have been a good mix?
That's true. The G-Pick wants to know how would that work, Tej? Italian BBQ?
Italian BBQ? Man, top of my head. I mean, some of that meat's so good. You could put that with a lot of different carbs and noodle dishes and pasta, and it'll be good. Let's be honest.
I'm sure, yeah. Like
just no barbecue sauce. Instead of that, you have you have tomato sauce.
Yeah, like cut up burnt ends and like pasta.
Yeah, it'd be fine.
Kind of nice.
Be amazing.
Yeah.
It won't be as good as JD's hot dogs, but it'll be pretty good.
No.
All right. So now, so we'll see what happens with that. We got plenty of time to see what happens. And obviously, we continue to play till February. We'll see these teams hire their coaches, and we don't have to worry about this. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.